Hello students, welcome you all again. So today we have to continue the same topic of your history, which is the River Valley Civilization part 1st, session 2. So today we have to read chief features of Harappan culture. In this we have to read town planning, drainage system, buildings and houses. After that we have to read post-social groups of people, art of sculpture, art of pottery and seals. So I am going to start the first town planning. First I will explain you the town planning. The Indus Valley people, they were very good to maintain their, they had a good skill for their town planning. I'll explain you how. The streets and lanes of their houses or their towns were laid out according to a set plan. These were straight and cut each other at right angles. Just see, I have made a picture over here. It's just think it's a picture of town. Now these were straight and cut each other at right angle. Now see, these are the roads. These are the roads. These roads were enough to pass 3 buses. These roads were too much wide, and these roads were enough to pass 3 buses. Now I am making this. Now you can see. These were the straight and cut to each other at right angle. It means these just move and cut it to right angle. Now there were covered drain running under them. Whatever the drain was there, maybe just example, drain was covered properly. Maybe it is coming from the house. It is covered properly, and there were lamp posts at regular distance. Now these are, I am just making, these were the lamps at a regular distance. So I am explaining again. The street and lanes of their towns were laid out according to the set. You can see these diagram. These were straight and cut each other at right angle. I have made over here these lines like this, and roads were wide enough. These roads were wide enough to pass at least 3 buses, and there were covered drains. These drains, whatever it was running, the running drains were covered properly, and there were lamps posted at regular distance. Now second is the drainage system. Mohenjo-daro, Lothal and other cities were known to have a good drainage system. Houses, drains emptied into the main drains. Whatever the drains used to come out from the houses used to flow or used to join the main drain of the street or houses. Inspection manholes were provided at regular distance. Water supply was also good in these cities. All this shows an efficient civic administration must have existed in these towns. That road was good, drainage system was good, then house planning was also good. Next is buildings and houses. In these cities, buildings and houses were divided in 2 parts. First was citadel, another was lower houses. In citadel, houses were smaller but higher, but in lower houses, these houses were larger but lower than these citadels. This was the higher because in these areas or in citadel, mostly the rulers and their families, they used to live. And in these lower houses, mostly the lower worker, they used to live. These citadel includes granaries, workshops, assembly halls and factories, large public buildings. These citadel includes, and these only workshop used to include, these lower houses includes workshop and small houses of worker or lower people. Now I'll explain you about the granaries. I'll explain you the public path, assembly halls. As I told you, first I'll explain you the great granaries. Mostly the great granaries, it's just a go down. You can say it's go down also. The great granaries or go down at Harappa was the most important buildings in the citadel. I had explained you about the citadel. It ran 46 meters long and 15 meters wide. The granaries were used to store food grains. You can see in the picture the great granary at Harappa. That time people, they used to store all their food grains in these great granaries, which is situated in citadel. Second is the great public bath at Mohenjo-daro. You can see in the picture, this is the picture of the great public bath in Mohenjo-daro. The great public bath was excavated at Mohenjo-daro. Excavated means these baths, these are sites were covered with mud over time. Historians found the location and got public to dig up these sites and uncovered these structures. So this is the picture of great public bath. It is the most imposing structure in the city. It consists of a large quadrangle in the center with a large swimming enclosure 40 feet in length, 23 feet in width and 8 feet in depth. It had galleries and rooms on the side, and some of which had arrangements for hot water baths. It had a flight of steps at either end and was fed by all well in one of the rooms. It was used on religious occasion and festival. People, they used to collect, they used to gather on, and they used to take bath during religious occasions and festivals. The great bath is like the pond at the Dargah in Maner. Next is the Assembly Hall. The Assembly Hall was another huge public building in Mohenjo-daro. It was used for general meetings by the rulers. As I told you, the rulers, they used to live on citadel and they had their buildings, and Assembly Hall also was situated in the same area. And the rulers, when they used to call for meeting, the people, they used to gather and they had meeting that time. Next one is the Lothal Docks. At Lothal, near Ahmedabad, a naval dockyard, means an enclosure with docks for building and repair of ships, this was that area, has been also discovered. This shows that the people of the Indus Valley carried out some maritime activities during this period. Next and last is people's dwelling houses. As I told you in the beginning, the lower part of the city of Mohenjo-daro had the dwelling houses of the people, mostly those who were workers, and they used to belong from the lower category or lower class. They used to live in these houses. As I'll tell you, Most of these houses had double stories, as it clear from the stair marks after the excavation. The first floor had sleeping and the other rooms. The houses were made of baked bricks and mud. Sometimes even lime and gypsums were also used to add strength to the structure to make the houses strong. Next one is 4 social groups of people. First is ruling classes or king or their family. They used to belong from the first group. They used to live in citadel. The second is the rich merchants and warriors. Those who were the rich merchants and warriors, they had the second group. They used to come in second social group. The third one is traders and artisans. They were on the third position. Worked in workshop and factories. These traders and artisans, they used to work in workshop and factories. The last group is the manual labor. They used to belong from the lower class. They used to live in single house down the cities. Mostly these laborers, they used to work in factories and workshop. They used to make all the items from their hands only, or handicrafts. Next is art of sculpture. The Harappans made beautiful and artistic sculptures of clay, stones and different metals, like statues of a shawl-wearing yogi. You can see in the picture, this is a picture of shawl-wearing yogi. That type of statues they used to make. A dancing girl and a male dancer have been founded at different sites of the Indus Valley civilization. The metal workers at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were quite skilled in their art. They were very good in their art and to make statues. A bronze statue of a dancing girl is shown relaxing after a dance performance. You can see this is a picture of a dancing girl. Her right hand is on her hip and left hand is dangling free. She is wearing a large number of bangles. Her large eyes, flat nose and big lower lips show her negroid features. Negroid features like the Negroes. Their features are rounded, thick lips, wider nose, curly hair, dark skin. These are like that. Next is art of pottery. The Indus Valley potters had known quite well the use of potter's wheel. With its help, they produced articles of different shapes and designs. The clay pottery was baked and its surface was painted with glazed colors. Birds, animals and human figures were made on these items of pottery. Next one is carving. You can see in the picture, the Indus Valley people were very good in the art of carving. For example, their carvings of the buffalo, the bison, the rhinoceros, the tiger or the deer are excellent and look realistic. They made these figures in ivory, soapstone, leather, metal and wood with great artistic skills. The last one is seal. More than 2000 seals have been found at different sites of the Indus Valley civilization. These are made of different materials such as pottery, glazed, earthen pot, ivory, etc. Seals of terracottas and copper had also been found. Most of these are square or rectangular in shape. You can see in this picture, these are the picture of seals of Mohenjo-daro. Of 2000 seals discovered so far. The most important one is the seal of Shiva or Pashupati, discovered at Mohenjo-daro. This also you can see in the picture, seal of Pashupati. From the seals we get to know about, first, the dress, hairstyle and ornaments of these people. We get to know about the dress, however, how they used to wear, what kind of dresses they had that time, their hairstyle, ornaments or jewelries, whatever they used to wear. Second is their religious belief, commercial activities and trade relations of those times. Last one, the script of these people. So these things we get to know about or from these seals. I'll continue it in my next video. Thank you.